then they showed their heads, and then their bodies, and finally they climbed out of their trenches into the open. Of course, we couldn't shoot them in cold blood like that, though 1 or 2 shots were fired. And after a bit, we also scampered out of our trenches. And for an hour or so, both sides walked in the space between 2 lines of trenches, no man's land, talking and laughing, swapping baccy and cigarettes, biscuits, etc. They were quite friendly and genuine, and our colonel, who talked German, had a long conversation with them and asked how they were doing and how everything was, and you would never believe that we had been fighting for weeks. After about an hour, their officers showed them back to their trenches, and we came back to ours. But for the rest of Christmas Day and night, and all next day, the 26th of December, I don't suppose 2 shots were fired, hardly by either side. Wasn't that weird? Written 100 years ago, in World War I, the only time that there was a truce at Christmas through all the wars that we've had. The only time it was spontaneous. Some of the commanders that weren't there kept telling the boys they had to go, you had to fight, you had to fight. But they took the time. Some of them were only 30 to 40 yards apart in different trenches. They took the time to climb out and say, Merry Christmas, and have that moment in the mud and all the bodies that were around. And they celebrated Christmas together. And then they went back to war.
There was a veteran that used